Have you ever recorded a whole video and not actually hit the record button? All right, so today we are finishing up this Dodge Ram, and I have polished and ceramic coated basically the entire thing except for this door. And I already polished this door on camera, but without hitting the play button or the record button. So I'm going to show you how to apply C6 ceramic or C6 Hydro Light using the DIY detail method. Obviously, there are a variety of ways that you can do this. So to start off, normally you want to do a paint correction first. I at least prefer to do a paint correction. I mean, this car actually has PPF on the whole front of it with no paint correction done. But the paint correction being done first is going to help it stick and to also make your paint look a lot better. So on this door, like I said, I've already done it because I screwed up the camera, but basically you want to start off using the gold standard polish, which is DIY Details polish. You could use your polish of choice, of course. I'm using this because I'm testing a DIY detail product and I figure might as well use the whole line. This is the DIY detail wool pad. You wet this first in your pad washer, or you can spray it off with some rinseless if you don't have a pad washer. We're going to apply one spray of the gold standard polish, and then we are going to pick a section of the door to polish out, spread it out on low speed, and then finish on high. Normally do 4 passes in a crosshatch pattern, up, down, left, right. Again, remove our polish when we're done. You're going to find the DIY Detail Gold Standard polish actually has a great working time, even in direct sunlight on a black car, which is probably about the worst conditions you could possibly be doing this in, like I am today. So now what you're going to see is the wool pad actually gets great cleanup, but there is just a little bit of haziness that's left behind, a little bit of holographics. So that's where this comes in. This is the DIY Detail Gold Standard waffle pad. So again, single spray. We will put this on our machine. Now, DIY Detail would normally finish, like Ivan would normally finish, with a rotary. I'm just using my DA because it's cordless and it's convenient for me. But you know, if you want to use a rotary, this is a great step to do a rotary as well. We're going to do the same thing. Now in this case, I'm going to do a little bit bigger patch because I've already polished this whole door on a very nice video that I've already recorded for you guys that didn't get recorded. So we're going to do the same thing, spread on low, finish on high. All right. So now that yellow waffle pad is going to give us just a little bit more depth, just a little bit more gloss, especially with paints that are, you know, like this black, metallic, those types of things. That's where I would definitely recommend that you do the second step. So remove all of our polish. Now we're getting to the point where the DIY Detail product is a little unique in that they have this adhesion promoter polish, and app gets applied using a short throw DA. So the easiest thing to find that's a short throw DA is something like this. This is a Milwaukee random orbital sander, and this has like a 5mm throw instead of a 15 or a 21, which is pretty common in the detailing world. Let's put it just a little bit more on here. And I'm sure that you could use a different DA, but their recommendation is an 8mm orbit. I think this is a 5 if I remember right. So I will say though, like if you do woodworking and stuff, you should probably clean this out beforehand. Mine was like full of drywall dust and stuff and I had to clean it all out. So just throw that out there. So we'll start off on slow speed and we'll spread this out on the door. right, after we've gone over the car with app, like I mentioned, if you don't have a sander and only have a DA, you can probably just use the DA, but you can also go to Harbor Freight and you can pick up a random orbit sander for like 20 bucks. I had one that I used for years and years that worked fairly well. And it was like, yeah, like a $20 Chicago pneumatic or something along those lines. So from what I understand, the adhesion promoter polish is designed to just remove any oils or anything like that that might be on the surface left over from the polish, and just make it so that the paint is more accepting of the coating. And now that we're done with that, we can apply our coating. So C6 Hydro comes in a small bottle. It's got a dropper on it. I will say the flow is pretty strong out of this dropper. You should wear gloves when you're using this, like I am. Make sure to protect your hands. These chemicals are strong, and if you don't do it, then Ivan will comment on your video. He will find you and he will tell you that you need to wear gloves. I promise you that. So if you want Ivan LaCroix in your comment section, then don't wear gloves. But if you care about your health, do wear gloves. And you can, of course, just Michael Jackson it like I am and only touch this with one hand. But we're applying this in a crosshatch pattern. We're looking for it to flash, which is going to happen pretty much instantaneously in this sunlight. And then we're going to buff off the excess, check out different angles. Just look around, make sure you don't leave any high spots. Because remember, a high spot is going to need to be polished off. So I like to think of these towels as having eighths. So there's 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 4 in the middle. So I normally use a towel to wipe off all the high spots, then I flip it over, then I hit it again, then I'll do the next section, flip it over, hit it again. So we'll set that there. Apply a little bit more app. This does come out of the dropper a little bit faster than like a G-Technic or a Car Pro coating does. The dropper is just a little bit bigger, which is fine. Just, you get used to it. I actually like it because you don't have to sit there tapping it on the applicator for half an hour trying to get your applicator wet. So, and I'm seeing it flash pretty much immediately. Now, what I'm using for an applicator, this is a Car Pro applicator. I like those a lot, actually. So it's a Car Pro block, and then you buy these pieces of suede. The pieces of suede come in like a 10-pack. You can get them from Amazon, a bunch of other places. I'll put a link in the description, but I like them quite a bit. They're firm. They're nice for like large panels like these, especially large flat panels. So I think that they do a great job, and they help you be efficient, and you don't use a lot of product. This is a 30 ml bottle. I probably still have a quarter of it left, and I've done this whole Ram 3500. So that's pretty much it. Rinse and repeat. We'll do the bottom piece of the door here. And again, be careful not to get it on our skin. So I like to kind of do the edges first, then crosshatch, do like a zigzag one way, and then a zigzag the opposite direction. And you're gonna see it kind of turn like a rainbow. I've got this rainbow right now, kind of like an oil slick on water. Like if you, if you ever spend any time in the boating or marine world, and you spilled a little bit of gas from your jet ski, something like that. When you're trying to fill it up, you get that rainbow oil slick on top of the water. So you're waiting for it to flash like a rainbow, and that rainbow kind of goes away, and it's time to remove. If you're removing and it's grabby, you've probably waited just a little bit too long, and probably want to be a little bit faster next time. But that's pretty much it. So the C6 Hydro goes on really well. It's pretty forgiving, even in sunlight. I've used coatings before that would flash like immediately. Armor's Pro coating is a fantastic coating, but I don't think that I would apply it in direct sunlight, right? Like it's just, it's too high solid. There's too much going on. C6 is pretty forgiving, especially for a DIY type person. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. The slickness is insane. I wish I could, I don't know, there isn't feel-o-vision or smell-o-vision. It's really something that needs to exist for YouTube. Like, you should be able to smell this polish. The gold standard polish smells fantastic, and you should be able to feel how slick this is. It would be way easier to get people to buy these products, honestly, if they could feel and smell them. Like I think they sell themselves when you use them. The experience with DIY detail products is always top notch. You'll always get help if you need it. If you reach out to Ivan or Nick, they're both very, very prominent on social media. They're very active. They do a lot of videos. You can watch their videos on how to apply their products as well on their channel, which is DIY Detail on YouTube. And then you can also reach out to them. They have great support as well. I will put a link in the description on these products, and that link will go to the House of Rags. If you buy from the House of Rags, you're going to get 10% off. I'm going to get a 10% kickback if you use my link, which is a way that you help to support my channel. And you can buy other products on House of Rags besides just DIY Detail. You can get auto fiber. You can get this Detail Co. panel prep spray that I've been using here in the video as a panel wipe. You can get a bunch of other things that you've seen today. So anyway, thank you for watching, and have a great day.